All right, welcome to the stream. We had a bit of a scuffed start, but here we go. Here we are. We are doing Pokemess Generation 2, Session 2. Let's see how far we can make it today. And let's put some more Pokemon onto the Phylogeny, everybody. That's what we're doing today. Which means Schwank. I get shook down. I so little. I so little. And we move the chat over to the middle of the screen too. Join me in the middle of the screen. Boop, 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 boop. And we open Spinnerack. And we open Mega. And we change how things are sized just a little bit. Try to get everything nice and situated. Siambo. About the plant Pokemon, I don't think it matters if they aren't really plants, because their placement wouldn't change anyway in the grand scheme of the phylogeny. All Pokemon come from eggs. Maybe that's just the defining trait of what Pokemon is. Yes, Brixit, you're getting a little ahead of the bush. What Brixit is mentioning is because I was talking to Brixit a little bit about the stream before today. Well, it was today, but before the stream today. I am troubled by the plant Pokemon. They are... What is the word? Plants. However, we see Pokemon in the plant world. Well, no, let me flip that around. We see plant Pokemon, and we see regular plants in the world of Pokemon. And I had been considering that all of these plant Pokemon that we had originally were actually mimics, and that they should be going somewhere else on the tree. But kind of what I've been thinking about now, I don't know. I remember seeing so many Pikachus in botany. Yes, Brexit. So I was thinking about moving them. At least some of them. Pretty sure Bulbasaur is confirmed to be a frog thing with a parasitic plant that grows on it, but I could just be having a senior citizen moment. That could be. I'm not concerned about Bulbasaur, because where it's like clearly an animal with plant traits, like those we're putting on the regular tree. But we have this section right here. Oh, I don't know if the stream captures my cursor. We have this group right here. Oh, the stream is capturing my cursor? Perfect. So we have this group right here. These are our animals. Not our animals. Oh, I'm so tired today, guys. These are our plant Pokemon. Bit behind, I've missed the past few Poketree streams. That is okay. We're sort of just going Pokemon by Pokemon. This is a nice thing, is that you can just sort of hop on, and if you think it looks like a Pokemon, you just say the other Pokemon, and if we've gotten there, we add it. And yeah. Luckily, this isn't like super heavy lore story. The most impactful lore moment was Vileplume crashing in the very first stream, which I forgot to record, so only OGs. So yeah, I'm thinking like Bellsprout, Weeping Bell, Victory Bell. I'm thinking about moving them. I feel pretty good about keeping the spheres here. The Executor, Voltorb, Electrode, Coughing, Wheezing. I actually feel pretty good about keeping them at the beginning of the tree, at the base, as the outgrowth. Out group? Yeah, it is out group. It didn't sound right. But these Tangela, Tangrowth, Bellsprout, Weepinbell, Victory Bell, Oddish, Gloom, Bellossom. Would the Geodude line be in with the spheres? No, because they are a rock. So it might actually be a good idea to maybe move. Oh, that's a good point. Coughing and wheezing might also be a rock. Put them somewhere I don't remember. Yeah, they're in with the rocks. So, of my two, do you guys think that we should continue the tree as is with a section for plants? Or do you think that we should redo these few plants as animals that practice mimicry? Brooks, it feels like it makes sense to have a plant section. Okay. They're extremely derived. Okay. That was sort of the happy medium that I had the idea, where it's like they're not plants, but they are organisms that diverged after the evolution of the egg. They just look a lot like plants. Okay. That works for me. I was thinking about the leaf sheep again. They are animals that steal chloroplasts to photosynthesize. Yeah. Like, Sudowoodo, I think, is going to be a bug. I'll say that now, because I think it looks like a stick bug, personally. So some plant Pokemon are going to be established to be mimics. But things like Bellsprout, that was very difficult to see as anything but a plant. And what that could be said about most stick plants. Okay. Let's do Spinnerack. He's so cute. Sudowoodo is a bug, no question. Yeah. Which, I've been playing Pokemon Go lately, and apparently the chances of catching a shiny Sudowoodo are a little higher right now. Twitch censored, they are animals. They, the Pokemon, are animals. Twitch, you ain't saying that. So, here's the evolution. We've got... Oh, let's scroll back up. How many legs do we got? We got 6 legs. We got 6 legs. And we got a pincer mouth. Okay? Those are 2 important things for us to keep an eye out. While we're looking at the other bug Pokemon over here. I was really confused what really long swear word Misery could use in the context of leaf sheep. Okay. Bulbapedias. I'm on Bulbapedia. No, I'm on Pokemon. Oh, I'm on Pokemon. That's why I'm having issues. I thought I was on Bulbapedia. There's some Pokemon lines that are confusing to me because their animals are such indistinct texture, like the coughing line. Yeah. Bulbapedia. Spinnerack. There we go. This is where we want to be. This is where we want to be. He's so cute. I come up with something Potter Puppet Pal's Wizard Swear style. Okay. Oh my goodness, the spinneret can have different expressions. I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah, screw JKR, but Potter Puppet Pals is still funny 20 years later. Yeah, she's interesting. Siambo, yes. I'm seeing my name in chat. What did I do? Hawaiian Happy Face Spider. That's probably what this guy is based off of. Okay, bug warning. Bug warning. Okay. You've had your warning. I'm about to pull up an image of a real spider. Oh! Look at that. He's so happy. He's so happy. What a funky little guy. Oh my gosh, he's so small. These are the adopting spiders? They adopt the babies that they find? Oh. They're so little. I like them. Thank you for sharing this little guy with us. I had a feeling he was based on a real spider, but this is probably him. Okay, spider warning. Over. There's no more real spiders on the screen. Okay. They're just as joyful as their appearance. Okay. Oh, did I scroll? I did. Pokédex entries. Also, pardon me today. I've been having some issues breathing, so if I have to like sigh and take more breaths than usual, I don't know what's up. The error seems normal. I'm just having asthmatic issues these last couple of days. So pardon me, just sitting here going like a little pug. Wearing happy face spiders, they could never make me hate you. Yeah, they're pretty good. Okay. So, NPC appearances, Pokédex entries. This Pokemon was unavailable prior to Generation 2. Misery has been censored again. Oh, I love it. Misery has been censored again by Twitch. Misery saying, they could never make me hate you. Real, sometimes I just sigh like a sad shelter dog. You're fine, lol. Yes, thank you. Okay. It's because you said the word H-A-T-E, and it freaks out. Okay. It lies still in the same pose for days in its web, waiting for the unsuspecting prey to wander close. It spins a web using fine but durable thread. It then waits patiently for prey to be trapped. I almost read that as Fae, and I was like, oh no. That's me. Brixit says Misery has forbidden knowledge. Misery probably does. And then back to the Pokédex entries. If prey becomes ensnared in its nest of spun string, it waits motionless until it becomes dark, so they are nocturnal. It lies still in the same pose for days in its web, waiting for its unsuspecting prey to wander close. Durable thread. The web spun by Spinnerack can be considered its second nervous system. It is said that this Pokemon can determine what kind of prey is touching its web just by the tiny vibrations it feels through the web strands. Brixa has learned a lot about spiders recently. There's a very nice Canadian man on YouTube with really good videos about them. We love that. And then it spins it. The web it spins can be considered second nervous system. It spins a web using fine but durable thread. Same pose for days. Set the trap by spinning web with strong but thin silk. It then waits motionlessly for prey to arrive. It sets a trap motionlessly. Spins durable thread, same pose, second nervous system. It waits intently until its preferred prey, cutie fly, this sucker, gets caught in its web. In fact, it's quite a patient Pokemon. Orb Weavers can actually do that. Oh no, Misery is lagging. Well, Orb Weavers, their webs function like ears, and they are way more sensitive than normal ears. That's really interesting. Misery says, ambush hunter. Some fishermen weave its sturdy thread into nets to catch fish Pokemon. Okay. With threads from its mouth, it fashions sturdy webs that won't break even when you set a rock on them. Although the poison from its fangs isn't that strong, it's potent enough to weaken prey that gets caught in its web. So it is venomous. It sets by thin but strong wet thread. Even while there is prey ensnared in its nest of spun thread, Spinnerack waits motionlessly until darkness falls. Make the net. It spins a web using fine but durable thread. It then waits patiently for prey to be trapped. And the thread does come from its mouth. Okay. 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 How many legs does Pinsir have? Did you know Silk has evolved a ton of times in arthropods? I did not. I thought it was... He's got 4. I thought he only had 4. Yeah, I guess you're right. Because, like, there's Spider Silk, and then there is, like, Silkworm Silk. I didn't doubt you. You're just like, oh, right. Let me catch Kabutops real quick. You're mine. I've caught 1 out of 151 Pokemon. Woohoo! Okay. Holometabolous insect silk. We are spinners. Web spinners. Oh. I was like, are you identifying as a bug now? Okay. I'm thinking right here. A split between the bugs with 4 legs. Yeah, Pinsir is one of the reasons why I'm glad Pokemon don't exist, because that is horrifying. Yeah, its mouth unsettles me. I do not like it. So I think these guys have 4 legs. These guys have 6 legs. But what does Kabu... So it could be a nice bracting track, but not necessarily a homologous one. Yeah. We've got Kabuto and Kabutops. Love him. How many legs do you got? What? Not interested in you, white-haired anime man. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. It's got a bunch of babies on him. That's cute. That's really cute. Okay. It's like a 4-foot tall bug with a creepy... Back to the Carboniferous period. Okay. So that's what these guys look like. Shiny! Me too some days. Okay. So the question I have right now is, my gut says to put it right here. The fact that there's only 4 legs on Kabuto is really unsettling to you. Yeah. And we can have it split, and we can have like the beetles and the other bugs, and it splits right before there and adds it. Or our crustaceans. It could break or arthur. Do you ever feel? Funniest part, there are very few bug Pokemon I don't like, but Pinsir is one of the enemy number 1 of the state. Yeah, he's not it. I don't like him. Not as much as I don't like Vileplume. Canonically. If we went off real bug phylogeny, yep. Where are we putting this sucker with real bug phylogeny? Spinarak would be close to Kabuto. I like saying Kabuto. Kabuto, 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 Kabuto. Are you saying that it would diverge right here? Kabutops is a sea scorpion? That's true. Fellow Chilisaurus. I am not opposed to trying to use our knowledge of our own world to supplement information. Heracross is pretty cute, and they're pretty much the same base. However, trilobites are just basal arthropods. Because, like, we don't have a fossil record. This is the thing. We don't have a fossil record. If we had a fossil record, that would change so much about the Pokemon Phylogeny. But we don't. So, yeah, I'm down to put it down right here. I do wish it didn't scroll every time. I feel like Spinarak reminds me the most of Weedle, Venonat, and Caterpie. Just because of the silk from the mouth. That's true. It does do silk from the mouth, but it has legs. Look at all them legs. I feel like it's easier to evolve silk coming out of the mouth than a whole nother set of legs. Let's look at your evolution. Let's look at your evolutions. Let's take some things into account here. I forgot to read this one. Ariados. It spins string not only from its rear, okay, but also from its mouth. It is hard to tell which end is which. A single strand of a special string is endlessly spun out of its rear. The string leads back to its nest. Rather than making a nest in one specific spot, it wanders in search of food after darkness falls. It spins string from both ends, and it leads back to the nest. Ariados. Its feet are tipped with tiny hooked claws that enable it to scuttle on ceilings and vertical walls. This Pokemon constricts the foe with thin and strong silk webbing. Oh my gosh, it uses a garrote. Its feet are tipped with tiny hooks. Single strand is endlessly spun. Both ends. It attaches silk to its prey and sets it free. Later, it tracks the silk to the prey and its friends. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's hard to tell which end is which. It follows the silk to the group. Tiny hook claws. There are some areas where people use the string for their own weaving. The resulting cloth is popular for its strength. It spins thread from both its rear and its mouth. It then wraps its prey up in thread and sips their bodily fluids at its leisure. Every night, it wanders around in search of prey, whose movements it restrains by spewing threads before it bites them with its fangs. It spews threads from its mouth to catch its prey. When night falls, it leaves its web to go hunt aggressively. Did you know that orb weavers have a special foot shape that helps them not stick to their webs? Interesting. And yes, love how absolutely horrifying some Pokedex entries are. Single thread. Wanders, never nesting in a specific place. Okay. So, I'm glad that we read this because evidently it spins from both ends. Look at that bugger. Okay. Now here's something interesting. He's not using his fifth and sixth legs. Which kind of makes me think. Yeah, Driftloon is very interesting. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that this guy, it actually might be fine to put him with the Venona, Venomoth, Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree. As a basal derivative. Because these limbs could have turned... This Thruga is symmetrical. These limbs could be the basis of what were turned into wings. And then caterpillars do this thing where they have some false legs. They're vestigial or just weirdly placed antenna. So what are we thinking? Do we want to be real world accurate? Put him here. Did you know that one wing evolution is that they're from gills? Interesting. So we can put them here with Kabuto, Kabutops. Let me remove that since we're not decided yet. Or we can put him right here. Don't crustaceans have really variable leg amounts? They do. They do. Or we can put him here, outside of the butterflies. That could be the case for Pokebugs. That could be the case for Pokebugs. They're all crustaceans. Okay, I am down. I am down. I will take that easy out. We can use other traits. We'll still try to use the legs a little bit. So legs may be vestigial from that evolution. Yeah, that's a good point. So, he spins thread. He has venom. He's got a horn. Which, you know who else has a horn? Right? I'm not crazy? Yeah, okay, not you. Oh, you! That's a fun picture. Like pinky toes are technically still work, but aren't super useful. Yeah. Look at that little guy. He's just a little guy. I think Basil to the Scyther, Caterpie, Venonat, Weedle group. Think Basil to here? I'm down for that. I'm just now looking back, and I'm wondering why Ladybud, Ladyin is not in the same group as Pinsir. Why they aren't closer. Why is Ladybug closer to these four than Pinsir? We didn't know where to put it. I'm thinking I should go with Pinsir. Because it's like a beetle. Like a very beetle. I was devastated when I found out that Weedle turned into Beedrill. We forgore Pinsir. Okay, let me... It's not letting me edit? Come on, let me add the name. There we go. Spinnerack. Ariados. I'm making the executive decision right now. Ladybug and Pinsir are going together. Sorry, Misery. Ladybug. Pinsir's not alone anymore. I think that we should put the beetles here. Ones with the Lytra. Could leave the freak in the Carboniferous period where he belongs. Yes, we forgore Pinsir. Maybe he should stay Forgotten. Forgoren? Oop, I forgot to plug my computer in. Where is the cord? That is the cord for my computer at work. Where is... There you are. Hi, Vat. Welcome. Eat the bug? We might. Crobat might. Beetles did not evolve until at least the Permian, but I believe later, sometime in the Mesozoic. So are you telling me that all these guys should have evolved before Pinsir and Pinsir, and these are all more derived than Pinsir and Ladybug? No? Okay, that's good. Alright, everybody, quick question. My computer has decided to now start doing its airplane impression. Is the new mic helping? Eat Crobat. Holometabolous insects were a whole... You hear no fan? You hear no fan? Okay, because it is taking off. Okay. Then I am very happy. I am so happy. Okay, Misery, I am going to read what you said, but I'm going to deny your little thing, just because we don't use that word. I say Carboniferous because that's when all the enormously huge bugs were. Okay, I still read you, but... I do let some littles watch my streams. Okay, so congratulations everybody. The new mic is working. Okay, Crobat. Bat Pokemon. Does he have an evolution? He does not. Okay. Let's scroll down to our Arboreals. Do I even have to read his thing to know to put him in with Zubat, Golbat, and Crobat? You're good. No worries, Misery. I didn't want to, like, not read your comment. So I still wanted to read it. You're good. Oh, thank you for engaging and being here. You mean so much to us. Mostly me. Brixit also likes to have you here. Okay. Generation... So, Crobat. His final evolution is Zubat. He's just not in here. He is the final evolution. Oh, we already did this guy. Perfect. We can skip him. They added him. I was like, I don't see numbers. I totally read Crobat and ignored him. Thank you, Smithy1941, and welcome to the stream. Holometabola did evolve during the Carboniferous period. Yeah, we should kidnap Flamepoint and force them to come to stream. Oh, please, please. Misery Sinkwell. Trying to type Pokemon names on mobile is hilarious because of the things autocorrect changes it to. That's true. And Brixit wants us to still go ahead and read his entries. Okay, we'll still read the entries. Okay. It flies so silently through the dark on its 4 wings that it may not be noticed even when nearby. It tried to change Crobat into probation. Oh, beautiful. He needs it. The development of wings on its legs enables it to fly fast, but also makes it tough to stop and rest. As a result of its pursuit of faster, yet more silent flight, a new set of wings grew on its hind legs. It flies so silently through the dark on its 4 wings that it may not be noticed even when nearby. This Pokemon is flying. By fluttering only a pair of wings on either the forelegs or hind legs, it's proof that Crobat has been flying long distances. It switches the legs it uses if it is tired. I can't wait for Paradox Forms to break the... No. Please. Please don't break the chart. Crobat. Sorry. Crobat. Sneaks up on its intended prey using wings that barely make a sound. This Pokemon rests by hanging on a tree branch with its rear legs that serve as wings. Over the course of evolution, its hind legs turned into wings. By alternately resting its front and rear wings, it can fly all day without having to stop. The development of wings on its legs enables it to fly fast, but also makes it tough to stop and rest. It flies so silently. Having 4 legs enables it to fly faster and more quietly. It turns active when night comes. Categorize robots. Please be nice to me. Microraptor. Yes, we're going to get to Microraptor. Thank you for bringing up which one it was. Which Dromaeosaur. Pokemon that gained vastly enhanced flying performance by having its legs turn into wings. The transformation of its legs into wings made it better at flying, but more clumsy at walking. I feel like those and Ultra Beasts are going to need their own little boxes. Yeah. May not be noticed when nearby. Tough to stop and rest. Better at flying. It having 4 wings allows it to fly more quickly and quietly so it can sneak up on prey without its noticing. It flies so silently through the dark on its 4 wings that it might not be noticed even when nearby. If this Pokemon is flying by fluttering only a pair of wings on either its forelegs or hind legs, it's proof that Crobat has been flying long distances. It switches its wings if it uses... It switches the wings it uses if it is tired. Hangs on a branch. It can't move well. Okay. Both of its legs became wings, and as a result, it can't move well on the ground. All it can do is crawl around. Silent and swift in its 4-winged flight, it bites down on its prey before they realize what's happening. In a heartbeat, it drains their blood. Its fangs are so sharp, if it bites you in the dark and sucks your blood, you won't notice any pain or realize you've been bitten. I love watching bats crawl on the ground because it's very cute. It is very cute. It feeds on the blood of living people and Pokemon. If it can't drink any blood, even for a short while, it becomes weak and unable to fly. I love vampire bats so much. Me too, Brixit. Sinks its leg, not its leg, it sinks its fangs into the nape of its target's neck. This Pokemon flaps its 4 wings. This Pokemon flaps its 4 wings skillfully. Crobat can fly through cramped caves without needing to slow down. This Pokemon has gained vastly enhanced flying capabilities after its legs became wings. Its hind limbs have become another set of wings. Crobat expertly maneuvers its four wings to dart in exquisite fashion through even the most confined caves without losing any speed. If it bites you, you won't notice. It flies so silently, even that it might not be noticed even when it's nearby. There's the guy. My high school had a bat living in the auditorium. His name was Humphrey. I don't know if he's still there. I love that. Bat bites are small and can be unfelt often, so if you wake up with a bat in your room, get a rabies shot. They carry rabies even where canine rabies has been eliminated. Yes. However, they are not likely to, but it's not a risk you want to take because there's a decent chance you don't know that you were bitten. And they're not affected, but they do not carry disease as much as they are stereotyped to. They are still a wild animal, but they are not as dangerous as people expect. So, this is where this guy goes. He goes to Zubat and Golbat, who we already put on. But rabies takes a long time to show up, and it's horrifying. Yep, and that's why you don't take a chance with it. You get the shot even if there's a chance it might not do. Their inability to get rabies is one of the reasons I find possums to be immensely hilarious as a concept. They're pretty great. So, we actually do have a historical example of leg wings. Isn't it gorgeous? I had a pet bat for like 2 weeks. That's a questionable decision to make in life, but I know some people that would be very jealous about that experience. They make up for it by looking rabbit all the time. Possums. So, this is Microraptor, and as you can see, leg wings. They're not like Golbat where they would alternate because the center of mass is here, so these are the main wings. These are just assistant. Top 3 fears. Rabies, prion disease, and pyroclastic flow. Those are very good fears to have. Very good fears to have. This guy looks kind of silly. Anyway, I want to just shout this guy out because dromaeosaurs are like one of my favorite things ever. And I love them. Microraptor is going on the short list of dinosaurs I wish came back. Yeah. Look at his little toesies. I love him. Chinchu! Why is the list short? Okay. This looks to be a fish, judging by there being fins. Rick said there's an entire book series and 2 movie series as to why that's a bad idea. No. It's about why capitalism is bad. And also about the power importance of genetics, which I could go on quite the tangent about with my genetics background. I am going to hold off. We're going to keep this a light and fun stream without me going off about the danger of genetics power. Okay. Chincho! Angler Pokemon. You just did it wrong. I could do it better. Yes. Dinosaurs. I can't wait to get to the dinosaur Pokemon. Lanturn is the evolution. Okay. That looks more like a fish. So we've got 2 things. Get good. It shoots positive and negative electricity between the tips of its 2 antennae and zaps its enemies. Oh my gosh, guys! Guys, hold on a second, hold on a second, hold on a second, hold on a second. Let me... I gotta do something. I gotta do something. I have the best freaking idea. Look at its eyes. They're plus. Okay. I got the best freaking idea. I just need a few moments to implement it. It's gonna be so funny. It's gonna be so worth the wait. If they don't use them in a fun way, there's no that would be cool. If one of its eyes was a minus symbol or something like that, and that would be cool. Okay, almost done, almost done, almost done. This isn't actually as funny as I thought it was, but we're still rolling with it. I'm trying to find the right picture, one that's funny. Okay, I can't actually find one that's funny, which isn't too surprising. I wanted to try to find a silly picture of someone getting tased. And Photoshop this guy to be the taser. Okay. Back to focusing. Let's focus. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I ignored the chat for a second. That's not how electrons work. Correct. Hivat wants to torture me, Siambo. Tell Hivat not to do that. Hivat? What kind of torture? I feel like coming up with your OC's Pokemon team would be a fun thing people should do. Yes. I have no idea what Pokemon I, Siambo, would have. It would be kind of funny if I used Vileplume and it just hated me. It wouldn't be torture. It would be for Brixit. That's what makes it fun. Trying to think of what I'd go with for my most recent obsession character, Dahlia, who was a random character I made for Stardew Valley and gained a life of her own. Ain't that just the way? Not direct torture, just the desire to correct things and not being able to. Yeah, you can do that to Brixit. Okay. Yeah, so it shoots positive and negative electricity between the tips of its two antennae and zaps its enemies. On the dark ocean floor, its only means of communication is by its constantly flashing lights. Its antenna, which evolved from a fin, have both positive and negative charges flowing through them. Chincho lets loose positive and negative electrical charges from its two antennas to make its prey faint. This Pokemon flashes its electric lights to exchange signals with others. Chinchos. Two antennae are filled with cells that generate strong electricity. This Pokemon's cells create so much electrical power, it even makes itself tingle slightly. Sorry, Brixit. You having a Vileplume that hates you is 100% a first season Pokemon gag. Yeah. Yeah, it is. No, Siambo, no. So where are the fish at? Yeah. The fish are... up here somewhere. There's our fish. I'll let you guys look at the fish while I read the rest of the entries. When it senses danger, it discharges positive and negative electricity from its two antennae. It lives in depths beyond sunlight's reach. On the dark ocean floor, its only means of communication is its constantly flashing lights. It zaps its enemies. It discharges positive and negative electricity from its antennae to shock its foes. It discharges positive and negative from its antenna on the dark floor. Positive. Let's lose positive and negative to make its prey faint. Tingles. Originally fins. Its two antennae glow softly to lure in prey, making it a useful Pokemon for night fishing. Chinchou blink their shining antennae at one another to claim their respective turf. And those are its entries. Okay. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. So this is what we're looking at. Okay. I'm actually upset. I am upset. This guy has upset me. I can just imagine it being used for electroshock therapy. Our group to Goldeen and Magikarp outgroup. Oh, outgroup. Possible. I want to show you something, guys. This is why it upsets me. This is a ray-finned fish. See? This is what we think of a lot of times when we think of a fish. Classic fish fin, right? And then there's the bony finned fish. And maybe I'm actually being too upset. Maybe I'm wrong. That happens often. The complete change in the eye structure annoys me. The previous evolution has better eyes for low light conditions. Yeah. My Google search results are wrong. Thank you. I'm like looking at these and I'm like, am I stupid? Lobe-finned fish. Sorry, it's not bony. That's where we got thrown off. You, not interested. Go away. You want to look up lobe-finned. Yep. Ray-finned fish. Members which are known for the ray-finned fish are a class of bony fish, where it's nearly 90%. 99% of the fish. So they have very delicate fins. Okay? They are so called because of their lightly built fins made of webbing of skin supported by radically extended thin, bony spines called lepidotrichia, as opposed to the bulkier, fleshier fins of the sister clade Sarcopterygi. This is us. So, flesh. Flesh fin. It's a clade of vertebrate animals that includes the bony fishes, such as the lobe-fin fishes. Sarcopter like Dahlia's main Pokemon would be a Meganium. They have the exact same vibe. Good. Rigii. Sarcopter Rigii, yeah. Sorry, I guess I didn't say that right the first time. Anyway. My first thought, and this is what brings it up. Clearly a ray-finned fish, yeah? Tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe it's just because they didn't change the color. This looks like a lobe-finned fish tail on a ray-finned body. Does that make sense? Stylized fin? You think I'm being overreactive? We still had a fun little science lesson, which is the point of these streams, is to go off on little scientific tangents. Look up things. You think it's just the art style? Okay. I will stop to be upset. I will stop being upset. Okay. It's giving cartilaginous. Yeah. Anyways, Chinchou is giving frog. Yeah, a little bit. I think it would have been better if they kept the plus sign eyes. That would have been fun. With those stupid little things. Spending a decent amount of time with electrical engineering and material sciences had led me to wanting to nuke the electric types from orbit. Okay, I feel pretty good with Brixit's assessment. I'm sticking it right here. Oh, we totally didn't even read Lanturn's entry. Let's go ahead and read this now. The light it emits is so bright that it can illuminate the sea surface from a depth of over 3 miles. Are frogfish anglerfish relatives? They might be. Okay, let's go back to that. The light it emits, it can illuminate the sea surface from a depth of 3 miles. How deep is the Mariana Trench? Oh my gosh. It's not even 7 miles deep. It's close. In other words, this fish, this guy. Okay. Oh my gosh. This guy can swim in the middle of the Mariana Trench and illuminate the bottom of the trench and the surface. This is the equivalent of, like, you know, like those sports stadiums, how they have like the really intense lights? Meeting one of these must be like, yeah, exactly, nuclear flashbang. This guy scares me. You just do whatever you want and, like, you're living your life. And then one of these turns on its light and it's just whoosh. Nothing can get close enough to attract it without being blinded. Someone did not do the math when they came up with it. Someone did not. Okay. I'm terrified. I think this might be one of the most frightening Pokemon ever. Worse than Whale Lord. Okay. It blinds prey. It sure does. And the adults think it's a good idea for 10-year-olds to have them. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it blinds its prey with an intense burst of light. Why do they even have eyes at that point? Yeah, they're just decorative. It then swallows the immobilized prey in a single gulp. This Pokemon uses the bright part of its body, which changed from a dorsal fin, to lure prey. Lanturn is nicknamed the Deep Sea Star. I would think... If you say so. A deep sea star, I was thinking sun. For its illuminated antenna, this Pokemon produces light by causing a chemical reaction between bacteria and its bodily fluids inside the antenna. Deep sea star cause, because it's deeper than the sun. Imagine that these have caused so many mass hysteria events down the avenue of Pokemon universe equivalent of the Rapture. Oh. Lanturn is known to emit light. It sure does. Sure is known. If you peer down into the dark sea from a ship at night, you can sometimes see this Pokemon's light rising from the depths where it swims. It gives the sea an appearance of a starlit night. The depths are calling us. The light-emitting orbs on its back are very bright. They are formed from part of its dorsal fin. This Pokemon illuminates the inky darkness of the deep seas. It blinds prey. Again, 3 miles. 3 miles. In Generation 3, they still talked about it. It would be boiling water around it. Lanturn's light can shine from great depths. It's nicknamed the Deep Sea Star. 3 miles. Oh my gosh, they are sticking to their guns with this. Single gulp, Deep Sea Star, chemical reaction, starlit night. Should you peer into the ocean at night and see a light shining like the stars, that is Lanturn. This Pokemon flashes a bright light that blinds its prey. This creates an opening for it to deliver an electrical attack. When the bacteria living inside its antennae absorb Lanturn's bodily fluids, a strong luminescent effect is produced. I mean, that's kind of cool. This is definitely extremophile bacteria. It lives far down in the depths of the ocean. It blinds its prey with light, using the moment they're dazzled to swallow them whole. I don't think it needs an electrical attack. 3 miles. Oh my, they're holding on. Portions of its dorsal fin is mutated, becoming the parts that glow brightly to lure prey. Single gulp. Okay. Horror. So extremophile. They're making the extreme environment. Yes, this, I'm scared. Let's move on. Maybe you can't do it all the time and 3 miles isn't extreme. I sure hope so. Look at this little guy! Okay, so we already have Pikachu in here. Sorry. Brumal is like the fire can bursting into flames, last resort. Yeah. So we're just going to go ahead and read Pichu's entries. It is not yet skilled in storing electricity. It may send out a jolt if amused or startled. Despite its small size, it can zap even adult humans. However, if it does so, it also surprises itself. It is unskilled at storing electric power. Any kind of shock causes it to discharge energy spontaneously. Pichu charges itself with electricity more easily on days with thunderclouds or when the air is very dry. You can hear the crackling of static electricity coming off this Pokemon. When Pichu plays with others, it may short out electricity with another Pichu, causing a shower of sparks. In that event, this Pokemon will begin crying, startled by the flash of sparks. It is still inept at retaining electricity. When it is startled, it discharges power accidentally. It gets better at holding power as it grows older. Despite its small size, it can also zap adult humans. It is not skilled. The electric pouches in its cheeks are still small. They cannot store much electricity yet. It plays with others by touching tails and setting off sparks. This appears to be a test of courage. The electric sacs in its cheeks are small. If even a little electricity leaks, it becomes shocked. It is not yet skilled. Despite its small size, cheeks are small. It becomes shocked. Test of courage. May send out a jolt. Charges on with thunderclouds. Will start to cry. Not skilled. Oh. It is not yet skilled at controlling electricity. If you take your eyes off it, it may shock itself. Despite this Pokemon's cute appearance, those who want to live with one should prepare to be on the receiving end of its electric jolts. It still can't use its electricity well. When it's surprised or excited, it discharges electricity unintentionally. They really love bullying, baby. Pichu stores electricity in the sacs of its cheeks, but discharges it inadvertently when agitated or excited. Being yet immature, the Pokemon's handling of electricity is rather inept. Okay. It has electric sacs in its cheeks. When they're fully charged, Pichu plays very energetically. He's a cute little guy. No, some of them have spiky ears. They are only female. Otherwise, it is the same as any other Pichu. Interesting. Interesting. Cleffa. Pichu. The little tiny baby Pokemon. Is that what it said? Or is that just what we're saying? Okay, that's not what we're saying. The little tiny baby. Gen 2 introduced a bunch of baby Pokemon. I'm pretty sure they bullied all of them to make the Gen 1 Mon look better. And here's Cleffa. We already assigned Cleffa. But let's go ahead and read the chart. Because of its unusual star-like silhouette, people believe that it came here on a meteor. Yes. Logic. When numerous meteors illuminate the night sky, sightings of Cleffa strangely increase. Okay, interesting. If the impact site of a meteorite is found, this Pokemon is certain to be within the immediate area. Okay, so this guy does like meteors. Interesting. Some of the Gen 1 Pokemon designs are really funny if you think about them. Yeah. On nights with many shooting stars, Cleffa can be seen dancing in a ring. They dance through the night and stop only at the break of day, when those Pokemon quench their thirst with the morning dew. Enemy of the dinosaurs. Y'all, I watched the dinosaur documentary that came out on Netflix, and I had some thoughts. But I did cry at the end when the dinosaurs went extinct. I did cry. I had to take comfort in birds, but I do love a T-Rex. So it's like a star. It is believed to arrive riding on shooting stars. Many appear in when the night skies are filled with shooting stars. They disappear with sunrise. It is often seen when shooting stars fill the night skies. It is said to arrive riding on a shooting star. Because of its unusual star-like silhouette, people believe it came here on a meteor. According to local rumors, Cleffa are often seen in places where shooting stars have fallen. Because of its unusual star-like silhouette, shooting stars, dance in a ring. On late nights illuminated by shooting stars, it gazes intently skyward as if thinking of its home. Because of its silhouette, it's believed to be a star reborn. For some reason, it loves Minior. Who's that? What is this thing? What is this? What is this? No, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Oh, you'll be right back. Gonna rejoin the stream. Okay, Brixie. I'm upset. I'm scared. I'm scared. Have fun when we get to the car engine! There's a car! I do this because I love myself. I do this because I have nothing but self-love and self-respect. That is why I decided to do this. It's apparently got a sub-day life cycle. I don't know, man. I haven't been into Pokemon since Sun and Moon. Well, this guy came out with Sun and Moon, apparently. Sometimes I have to leave and rejoin to lessen up built-up lag. Rest in peace, Brexit. Okay. Yeah, in Moon. For some reason, it loves Minior. Great! Said to have ridden here on a shooting star, Cleffa seems to appear in places where meteorites have struck in the past. In silhouette, they resemble twinkling starlight. When shooting stars rain from the night sky, Cleffa gather in numbers and dance as though they are indeed incarnations of the stars. Since it is often seen when shooting stars fill the night skies, it's said to have come here by riding on a star. Let's look at Revavroom, and I do mean the Pokemon. I'm scared. Is this the vacuum? What? What? What is this? What is this? No, the vacuum comes later. My primary knowledge of the recent gens is that Sprigatito's official art is insanely jank, and the 1000th Pokemon is literally just the freaking string cheese mascot! No, the vacuum comes later. Yeah, I am so freaking excited for us to get to not animals that they needed to make. Category, multi-cylinder. I like that it's poisoned, though. That's a good choice. I hate this. Varoom. Yep. Yep. Things are fine. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. This is survivable. Yeah, that one's shiny, I guess. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the motorcycle Pokemon. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, good thing Cleffa's already in here. No, you did not come from a shooting star. You just like them. Igglybuff. I also already did you. So we'll just go ahead and read your description, see what they came up with. It has a very soft body. If it starts to roll, it will bounce all over and be impossible to stop. It is extremely flexible. No, it's extremely flexible and elastic body makes it bounce continuously, anytime, anywhere. Instead of walking with its short legs, it moves around by bouncing on its soft, tender body. Igglybuff's vocal cords are not sufficiently developed. It will hurt its throat if it were to sing too much. This Pokemon gargles with fresh water from a clean stream. Igglybuff has soft and plushy bodies that feels very much like a marshmallow. From this body wafts a gently sweet fragrance that soothes and calms the emotions of its foes. Its soft and pliable body is very bouncy. When it sings continuously with all its might, its body steadily turns a deepening pink color. Okay, so this guy does not have fur. Soft, bouncy body. Instead of walking. Not fully developed. It likes to sing, but is not yet good at it. With praise and encouragement, it will get better little by little. It moves by bouncing along. As it moves a lot, it sweats, and its body gives off a sweet aroma. It's always practicing its singing because it wants to improve. Even when it's asleep, it keeps singing in its dreams. Left to its own devices, it will constantly practice singing. You should make it take a break so it doesn't hurt its throat. Igglybuff loves to sing. Its marshmallow-like body gives off a faint, sweet smell. Taking advantage of the softness of its body, Igglybuff moves as if bouncing. Its body turns a deep pink when its temperature rises. Its body has a faintly sweet scent and is bouncy and soft. If it bounces even once, it cannot stop. Igglybuff loves to sing. Yeah. Might just have very, very fine fur. That is possible. That is possible. So, yeah. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in. This is not fur. It is a flesh orb. Unless it has a single tuft of fur up on the top of its head, which is possible. Florb. Flesh orb. Togepi. Egg. Egg, 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 egg. I always liked Togepi. I just thought he was interesting. He is the Spike Ball Pokemon. Alright, see you in a bit, Hybat. Weird freaking Eggman. Oh, dear. Yeah, this is gonna be fun to figure out where the heck it goes. Togepi is a fairy-type baby Pokemon introduced in Generation 2. Prior to Generation 6, it was a normal-type Pokemon. Okay, so it got retyped. Well, welcome back, Kaibat. It evolves into Togetic when leveled up with High Friendship, which evolves into Togekiss when exposed to a shiny stone. It kind of bugs me that it becomes it doesn't seem to hatch, because it clearly is supposed to look like it's in an egg, and then it just becomes the egg. Yeah. I don't really like its evolutions. Well, that's not true. I don't like that they are its evolutions, is how I should phrase that. I would do some interesting thing. I always imagine Togepi being fuzzy like a chick because I refuse to believe that it's some horrid, smooth epidermal creature. I hope it is. We'll see. We'll see. We'll figure out what the heck this guy is. AirPod shaped. Ah! The shell seems to be filled with joy. It is said that it will share good luck when treated kindly. A proverb claims that its happiness will come to anyone that can make a sleeping Togepi stand up. It is considered to be a symbol of good luck. Its shell is said to be filled with happiness. Its shell seems to be filled with joy. It is said that it will share good luck when treated kindly. Gen 6 added the fairy type, and they retroactively changed a bunch that they felt were fairy-like. Yeah. I feel like it is a bird. Maybe Togetic is just what they look like, and they have not eaten enough to have pigment? Possible. I like that. So it hasn't developed any pigment. Okay, I like that. As its energy, Togepi uses the positive emotions of compassion and pleasure exuded by people and Pokemon. This Pokemon stores up feelings of happiness inside its shell and then shares them with others. As its energy, it uses the feelings of compassion and pleasure exuded by people and Pokemon. It stores up happy feelings in its shell, then shares them out. And eggs just look identical to parents, maybe as predator defense. I like this biology you've reasoned up. That's what we're here to do. Its shell is said to be stuffed with happiness that it shares with kind-hearted people. It transforms the kindness and joy of others into happiness, which it stores in its shell. Shell seems to be filled with joy. Make them stand up. It transforms kindness and joy of others into happiness, which it stores in its shell. The shell seems to be filled with joy. Proverb claims. Pokemon stores up feelings of happiness inside its shell, which then shares with others. Filled with joy. It is considered to be a symbol of good luck. Its shell is said to be filled with happiness. This ovate creature is frequently mistaken for a moving egg when encountered in the fields or mountains. Its guileless smile smooths the soul. And the eggs just look identical to parents, maybe as a predator defense, and that's why they stay in the shell. Could be, could be. It does not smooth the soul, by the way. It only soothes the soul. Togepi. Togepi is weird in the fact that, unlike other Pokemon whose egg is like glow and dissolve when they hatch, something like that, instead just cracks bits off and then its head spikes spread outward. Yeah. This guy has got some interesting traits. Okay. And here's Togetic, an adolescent. It smooths the brain. No, that's my stream does. Not really. I'm trying to give you all wrinkles. Those are its eggs' teeth. Okay. I see a fan design that turned the egg into thick armor. Okay. They say that it will appear before kind-hearted, caring people and shower them with happiness. It grows dispirited as if it is not with kind people. It can float midair without moving its wings. Although it does not flap its wings very much, it can stay up in the air as it tags along after its trainer. Togetic is said to be a Pokemon that brings good fortune. When the Pokemon spots someone who is pure of heart, it is said to appear and share its happiness with that person. They say that it will appear before kind-hearted people. It is said to appear in front of kindly people to scatter a glowing down called joy dust. Okay, write that down, write that down. This thing has feathers. Which, like, I know we kind of already knew looking at the design. But it has specifically called down. So this is a void. I guess. Why on earth did they give a villain one? To share its happiness, it flies around the world seeking kind-hearted people. It grows dispirited if it's not with kind people. They say it will appear before kind-hearted, caring people and shower them with happiness. I told you, bird! He's got an extra pair of legs for a bird. Write that down, write that down. Speaking drugs. Okay. No records exist of Togetic being seen in the wilds. Rumor abound that it evolves under the loving care of a trusted human companion, upon whom the Pokemon then bestows great joy, and that is from Legend Arceus. Arceus? Joy Dust unironically sounds like a drug. Yeah, it is said to appear in front of kindly people to scatter a glowing down called Joy Dust. Okay. So we got a little deala. So you are a bird. You got feathers and an extra pair of legs. But we're gonna go with bird. Maybe the wings are just a really messed up tail. Charizard. Oh, Charizard. Then Gain is the villain had one in, and he is willing to fight God. Okay. Also, did you know that feathers are surprisingly genetically simple? Yeah, they're just modified scales. It's Arceus. Pretty sure it was originally Arceus, but it was changed for obvious, reasons. Okay. Arceus. Yeah, so we do have a precedent where we did have something... Actually, no, we don't. No, we do. Sorry, I couldn't remember if he was a... How many wings this sucker had. Okay. Bum. What kind of bird? At least he has the decency to kind of look like a bird. He lost his legs. They weren't real. Let's look at the evolution. What? Yeah, we're looking at the evolution. Read its dex. Okay. Togekiss. It will never appear where there is strife. Its sightings have become rare recently. Okay. Take a closer look at the snout. It shares many blessings with people who respect one another's rights and avoid needless strife. As everyone knows, it visits peaceful regions, bringing them gifts of kindness and sweet blessings. It shares many blessings with people who respect one another's rights and avoid needless strife. These Pokemon are never seen anywhere near conflict or turmoil. In recent times, they've hardly been seen at all. Maybe the arms in Togetic are really weird feathers attached to the pectoral muscles to move like arms. Known as a bringer of blessings, it has been depicted in good luck charms since ancient times. Again, a villain had one. It will never appear anywhere there is strife. Scant few have ever sighted this Pokemon. After studying what literature remains, I am certain Togekiss will reveal itself when peace reigns in the land. And that's again Arceus. Okay. So, he's just a nice guy. The one with Togepi. Volo. What is that? Let's look at you. He's got a head crest. He's got a mouth. Are we thinking this is an early bird? Pre-beak. He has a tail. Yeah, I can see that being feathers, though. It is so round. Borb. Has a mouth. What is this thing? It's a freak of nature. Yes, but evidently a kind one. And where am I supposed to put it? I'm thinking the Legend games are so good, but screw up so many evolution chains. Yeah. Just because the freak of nature gives out free drugs doesn't make it any less of a freak of nature. Okay. I think we have a couple options. So feathers did evolve before birds. So I'm okay not putting it with the birds. I've heard it as a cherub, one of those little angel things. That doesn't help here. Okay, that does help me to know what I'm looking at. Do we put it with Charmander? That's kind of where I'm leaning, is Charmander. Now, some Pokemon have both a Paradox Pass from ZA past form, and a current giving a very precise evolutionary chain. Yeah. Yeah. Does Dratini and Dragonite have fluff? Dratini might. No, I was thinking of... Oh. Look at you, Dragonair. No, for some reason, Dragonite has... antenna. Dragonite's Mega Form has feathers. And then Dratini limbs. I can see Dratini having it like seals do. And we see Dragonite Mega. Yo. What? Oh my gosh! What is this? Oh my gosh! You know what's funny? This guy has more limbs than Spinarak. Legends ZA is insane for Mega Evolutions. It gave Starfish humanoid proportions. I'm scared. Probably inspired by Seraphim. Yeah. He is very angel in feeling. Well, it's a choice. But it does indeed have feathers. Mega Starmie. I'm scared, but now I have to see what Mega Starmie looks like. No! What did they do to my boy? They just freaking gave him legs! It can run, which is scary. Fantastic. Here comes the hurricane. Oh, can you hear the computer fan now? Carpasuka score. Let's see Caprasuchus. That's the quote-unquote rock crocodile that runs, right? Yeah, this guy. I love him. Okay. You were referencing a video. Okay. Okay, so, here's an idea. We put it right here. I would pet a Caprasuchus. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Yeah, I think maybe put this as the first feathered Pokemon. So the outgroup to our dinosaur clade. Dinosaur to bird clade. How's that sound, people? You were thinking Dratini relative, so we could put it closer to Dratini. But it's weird enough. Yeah. Togepi, Togedick, Togekiss. And flip. And flip. Get my tree looking nice. Okay. Who's next? A bird that looks like a... Oh, no! That's a guy! I accidentally double-clicked, so we got a little bit of a peek at his evolution. So, it starts out as a bird that looks like a bird. Mega Clefable might be at least the weirdest one of Z8. This goober can see the future. I'm scared. I'm scared. Mega Clefable. It looks like ice cream. I can't say I'm surprised by the design, but it looks like ice cream to me. Okay. Natu. I think Natu and Xatu are going to be our last for today's stream, okay? I read this as saying Natu is a tiny, moist, green avian Pokemon. Not mostly. Mega Darkari is worse. Oh, Darkrai. Oh, what? He sure is. Okay. Because its wings aren't yet fully grown, it has to hop to get around. It is always staring at something. If you want a good walk through all the Mega Evolutions, watch Blake Jennings' video in which the Mega Evolutions can say... Oh! Okay. Kirby boss coded. Made me choke on my spit several times. Yeah. Because its wings aren't yet fully grown, it has to hop to get around. It is always staring at something. It usually forages for food on the ground, but may, on rare occasions, hop onto branches to peck at shoots. It is extremely good at climbing tree trunks, and likes to eat the new sprouts on the trees. You miss your boyfriend. Rest in peace, Hibat. Darkrai canonically is the Pokemon in charge of nightmares, so... It is extremely good at climbing tree trunks and likes to eat the new sprouts on the trees. Natu cannot fly because its wings are not yet fully grown. If your eyes meet this Pokemon's eyes, it will stare back intently at you. But if you move even slightly, it will hop away to safety. Natu has a highly developed jumping ability. The Pokemon flaps and leaps onto tree branches that are taller than grown-up people to pick at the tree's new shoots. It runs up short trees that grow on the savanna to peck at new shoots, and Natu's eyes look as if they are always observing something. It picks food from cactus plants, deftly avoiding buds and spines. It seems to skip about to move. Cactus plant. Wings not fully grown. Rare occasions it hops up. It will hop away. Although it still can't fly, its jumping power is outstanding. It jumps up, way up into trees and plucks the buds from branches. The look at its eye gives the impression that it's carefully observing you. If you approach it, Natu will hop away. It is extremely good at climbing tree trunks and likes to eat the new sprouts on the trees. Okay. Oh, front view. I don't know why this is so funny to me. Look at he. Look at he. He perceives. I played D&D last night. I rolled 2 natural 20s on my perception checks, I believe. No, one was like on an insight. It was kind of funny. I was seeing everything. Xatu. He's a little guy now. But just for reference, let's see what he looks like flying. Got any games on your phone? Yeah. Zhong. He sees. This is the image I'm looking for. That's what he looks like. He does have wings, but he just sort of keeps them in front of him. Very interesting little fella. Oh, that's some cute art. Okay, let's read his descriptions. What in the bone structure? They say that it stays still and quiet because it is seeing both the past and future at the same time. In South America, it is said that its right eye sees the future and its left eye views the past. He's just a real feathered. Once it begins to meditate at sunrise, the entire day will pass before it will move again. Xatu stands rooted and still in one spot all day. People believe this Pokemon does so out of fear of the terrible things it has foreseen in the future. Oh, poor guy. Brixit is losing it. Rest in peace, Brixit. Oh, yes, South America. Personally, I was thinking that its design was a little bit more inspired by North American Native Americans, but evidently, maybe they're pulling from... Could be a translation difference. I don't know. Read the freaking entry. I'm sorry! So it sees terrible things, and that's what scares it. Xatu is known to stand motionless while staring at the sun all day. That can't be good for it. South America is canon to Pokemon? Yes! Yes, it is. Some people revere it as a mystical Pokemon out of their belief that Xatu is in possession of the power to see the future. It has an enigmatic power of foreseeing the future. Some people in different lands have long believed that Xatu are emissaries from another world. Generation 3, they're still talking about South America. It is said that its right eye sees the future and its left eye views the past. This odd Pokemon can see both the past and future. It eyes the sun's movements all day. They say that it stays still and quiet because it is seeing both the past and the future. With Generation 4, it's still South America, still canon. They say that it stays still and quiet because it's seeing both the past and future at the same time. It's seen terrible things. Mystical Pokemon. It said that while this Pokemon has the power to predict the future, it is not powerful enough to change the future that it sees. Or, alternatively, while it can see the future, it has no desire to change it, which is probably why it remains motionless at all times. True, they did find Mew in South America. And the Hivat says that yeah, Generation 3 or 4 is dead stateside. Oh, set. Sorry. Another front view. These are their Alolan and entries. Okay, so we got a Boyd. A very classic Boyd. Has a hooked beak. It's vibrantly colored. It seems to be herbivorous. Doduo? How do we feel about putting him with Doduo? Or Pidgey? I think Doduo. Yeah, Brixie is also saying Doduo. And next time, we will start on Mareep, whom I love. I think it's so freaking cute. All right. Scovillian before we end. Yeah, let's take a peek. Actually, let me scoot myself over here. The chat here so that I can pull internet up. Which one's which? Scovillian. You're not making me look something bad up. I don't know what this means. Oh. Scovillian. He's got arms. You know what this reminds me of? It's Mega gets a tie. Reminds me of this. They're plants and pants. Like, literally. Okay, thank you for sharing us. I cannot wait to get to this guy. What number are you? 952. Let's also see the string cheese mascot that was mentioned. Let's see that real quick before we end. Yeah. coin entity. It's gonna be a while. That's why we take breaks. And we do other things. Oh! Did I forget to bring it up? Did it not come up? It did. Okay, actually, it did. Sorry. I minimized it and then it disappeared from my stream as showing us something that should be there. Okay, let's move you guys back where you go. I don't want to shrink. I want to move. There we go. Move myself back where I belong. All right. So thank you so much for joining me on today's stream. It was really nice having you all. We had a nice active stream. Chat was really bustling today. That was great. I really appreciate each one of you joining us today. And I hope that you had fun. And we will see you guys later. And also, yeah, I got a new mic because I am weak-willed and I was tired of you guys complaining about the fan. And that's the last time I'm purchasing something for my streaming. unless I actually were to make something. Which is not the goal. The goal is to have fun. This is just me saying this is the quality to expect. Okay. You all take care, have fun, and don't forget, she's watching you. Always.